doing so, every of your customers that indicate interest in any of your product or make payments, all of them will have a tag of your name, not wired banking anymore. And so for some of us who are just joining, like I prefaced earlier, I said wired banking in the coming year will be creating a room for you to have your domain name, but of course it will be pointed at wired banking, and your customers can go to your own website address. But however, whatever is that is seen in wired banking will be loaded in your website, and they are able easily to access. And the content there will no longer be wired banking, but of course your business name. And we're making such possible in the coming year. And also in the coming year, we're actually looking also for possibility to introduce more products once some businesses are concerned of direct debit mandate, which of course the pricing is high, but for sort of businesses who are interested in such services, we are very much happy to make that available for them also.
Your voice is back very well.
Okay, I think I have to mute you, Mr. Ogun. Okay, I think you're talking in the background. All right. Okay. Thank you very much on that regard. So, so far so good. Here are the products. Wire Banking Lite. It's a product which we started working February, and we've worked hard so far to bring here. A lot of people will hear them say everything in wired banking is not here. So please bear with us. Wired Banking Africa, which is the first version for some of us who actually used that version before, was a work progress of 3 years, right? But Wired Banking Lite is just a work progress of let's say nearly a year now. So definitely everything you see in wired banking, what I keep telling people, in the coming year is just a time. We definitely have it added for you. And one of the things we are doing in wired banking is to mitigate and to avoid the error or to the downtime we had in the wired banking where people have less permission to manage their customers. So our intention in wired banking Africa is to give you sufficient tools for you to be able to manage your customer and also manage your staff sufficiently, right? So instead of you always reaching out to us for one concern or the other, we are building every tools that will make you possibly not even reach out to us at all, but rather to be able to resolve your concern internally via the system itself. So that's why closely today we recently introduced transaction reverser. So this simply means that you may likely not be able to always send us decline reversal or failed reverse transaction that fail for us to be able to reverse. We are creating possibilities. Even in the coming year, we've launched the transfer. This is just what you just pass the reference to the system, and the system confirmed with the bank, and you get your concern resolved internally within yourself without necessarily reaching out to us. So these are the possibility of things which we are adding up in wired banking in the coming year. And we are expanding much of our reach, and we also receive some of the concern of persons. All are well noted, is something that we are working hand to hand with all our technical persons to see them live. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll just be opening the field because of our timing, I'll be opening the field for questions. I'll be opening the field for any review. Then before we can go into pricing, for some of us who are also consigned into pricing, after our first review now, we'll be hitting on the pricing. Okay. All right, thank you. So before I open the floor right now, we understand some set of businesses are having much concern when it comes to please just give me, so let me just hit up on the pricing. Then I'm seeing your hands. Let me hit up on the pricing, the challenge we are currently facing, and why we want to take the next action And of course, you can bring in your input because our aim is to service you while you service your customer, and we'll try our possible best to see how we can be very much transparent to you to understand the position we are per time, right? So I'll be hitting on all the vast services, both on a virtual account and why we are charging what we are charging, and why we may likely not be able to continue with it even in the coming year, right? So all of us understand today that we charge 1% cap at 250, and a lot of businesses are raising concern that it's much. There are actually a deal of people who actually introduced the virtual service more or the beginning are Flutterwave and Paystack, and which of course they charge 1.5% cap at 2,000, which we are unable to work with. And what we rather do is to engage a direct service provider or engage the bank to be able to release us with APIs to be able to integrate into our service for an affordable fee. But over the time, the bank are now switching to start charging like payment gateway, right? So okay, I will just be expanding